come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. I'm all out of bubblegum.
All right, here at Online Big Blue, we're always out of bubblegum. This is Tim. This is Online Big Blue Sports Entertainment, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Want to talk about Kayvon Thibodeaux? Want to talk about Azeez Ojulari? Want to talk about Brian Daboll's reaction to the comments made by Kenny G? And you know what? And I love it. I love it because the man crush is growing more and more for Brian Daboll. His comments and his reactions to Kenny G's comments were, I'm glad he's not happy. And this is something that I said yesterday, and this is something some of the neophytes sat there and said, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know sports. You don't know anything. You don't know anything about being competitive. No, I only played the game, worked in the NFL, the Arena Football League, and was a graduate assistant. But hey, what the fuck do I know? But I said yesterday that you wanted your guy to be unhappy. You do not want him to go quietly into the night. You do not want him to go out without a fight. We move on. Of course, that's from Independence Day. You want, as a competitive athlete, you always want to play. You always think you can contribute. And when you think you're being misused and abused, you sometimes react. And sometimes you could say all the right things for months, but then sometimes it just gets the best of you and the truth comes out. And that's what happened yesterday with Kenny G. The truth came out about how he truly felt. Now, most people that just didn't get it is because they never did anything competitive. Because you want that fire. You want that competitiveness. And I love it because Brian Daboll said it best. I'm glad he's not happy. I've been in the NFL a long time. I don't know that I've ever been part of any team where someone's not happy about something. I have great respect for Kenny. I'm glad he's not happy. He didn't play. That shows competitiveness. Right now, Brian Daboll's pushing all the right buttons, and right now he's saying all the right things. That's why it's a perfect marriage right now for the Giants. Now, of course, winning also makes it that way. Winning cures all ills. But you want your $72 million man to be unhappy. You want him to be disgruntled. You want him to want to be on the field. You don't want him to go the other direction and say, I'm getting paid either way. And some athletes have gone that direction. Kenny at least is showing some fight. He's showing some fire. He's showing this says, of course, I really don't agree with it or like it, but I can only control what I can control. That's coming to work every day. And I love it. And then he basically came out and said, it's a little confusing that he played just 2 snaps against the Carolina Panthers. You want him to be competitive. This is what you want out of your guys. You want them to be on the field. And Daboll understands it. Like I said, Daboll understands it to the fact that he is sitting there and saying, I'm happy. I'm glad he's not happy because that shows fire. That's what some people need to figure out. Azeez Ojulari looks like he's set to make his Giants debut against the Cowboys on Monday. He was limited in practice, but he was moving around. He was grooving. The other player we need to look at is going to be, of course, Kayvon Thibodeaux. Kayvon Thibodeaux has not been specified or cleared yet in reference to practice. But yesterday he did say, I got really involved today, so I really was able to open it up and do some things. Today I had a lot of progress, was able to open it up and do a lot of things. Yeah, today I'm definitely confident. Problem was he was confident last week too. Again, we're playing long ball. We are not looking at a snapshot in time, which is the Cowboys game. We are looking at the longevity of this kid's career. He's a high motor kid. He's another guy. He's a high motor kid. He's another guy that wants to get out and play. He showed some frustration yesterday as well. We talked about it when he basically told a reporter, stop asking the same questions that you already know the answers to. But again, he was a little bit disgruntled, but he came out and said what you want to hear from a player. I want to be there. I want to be on the field. I want to play. This is something that you need to understand as a fan, that these guys, yes, are getting paid to play a game, but you know what? There is always a competitive fire inside a high-level elite athlete that makes. And I'm telling you this: if you make the NFL, even if you're the 53 man, you still are an elite athlete because of the fact that you made the NFL. So you want them to be frustrated. You want them to be upset if they're not playing. You want them to have that fire. And we see that in this team. And there's, like I said, hopefully we only can go up from there. We also had Kadarius Toney return to practice today. He was dealing with that hamstring issue. So you know what? We're gonna find it interesting. I love it because the Giants are also calling for a whiteout on Monday Night Football. They want the fans in the stands to be wearing all white because they're going to be wearing white. Their Giants Cool Rush uniforms. I love it because the venerable OGR Sports, we did a podcast yesterday, and he says, "Well, this is kind of, this is kind of Penn State college football stuff." But I saw it a different way. I remember back in the Parcells days, that anytime that we played the Cowboys at home, the Giants, that was, because Giants always had the royal home blue uniform tops. But anytime we played the Cowboys at home in the 80s, we switched to the all-white uniforms. Why? Because Bill Parcells, who is a little superstitious.
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
Thought the Cowboys never played well when they were wearing their dark blue jersey tops. That they never played well. That they didn't look like the Cowboys. So what he would do during home games and playoff games against the Dallas Cowboys, he would switch the team from the home uniforms to their all-white away uniforms to kind of put the kind of put the whammy on the Dallas Cowboys. And I think, and like I said, I'm not saying that's what they're doing because I think they're just trying to create like a college-type atmosphere to get some more reaction from the fans in the stands, to get them a little bit more fan reactive. I'll be there. Will I be wearing white? I might wear my Azeez Ojulari. No, I might wear my. You know what? I might wear my O'Shane Ximines jersey because it is the white. It is the white jersey with red letters. So I'm curious. Like I said, it reminds me like that we're hearkening back. I've said this a million times before, and I'm waiting because I'm waiting for the music. Lombardi, a certain magic still lingers in the name, with the duels in the ice and the snow. It reminds me of hearkening back to the glory days, the early glory days, or I should say the mid-glory days, because we had some glory days in the 50s. The mid-glory days of the Giants. So you could think of it as the Penn State thing. I'm thinking of it as the Parcells thing. That's what I'm going with. That they're putting the whammy hex on the Cowboys so we can make this a win and put it in the books. Gonna have a big show coming up on Sunday at 10:30. Oh no, know what? Oh shoot, no. The Sunday show is gonna be moved to Monday. So we'll do our Monday pregame show. I don't know. I might do the Sunday show. We'll figure it out. I can't figure it out right now, but we'll figure it out in the next couple days. But like I said, just keep an eye out to see when that stream's gonna be. And again, this is Tim of the Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk entertainment. And as always, if you could like, if you subscribe, if you could ring that bell, you know what that means. That'd be awesome.